At the very edge of the evening, when the sky had turned the color of deep blue silk and the first stars were opening above the rooftops, a traveler named Elian arrived at a small station that seemed to have been waiting kindly for him. The station was quiet and warm, with brass lamps glowing like tiny moons and a clock whose ticking sounded slow enough to be restful. A soft wind moved through the platform, carrying the clean scent of night air and something faintly sweet, like old books and rain-washed stone. Elian stood still for a moment, suitcase beside him, and listened to the hush all around him. There was no rush here. There was only the gentle feeling that he had arrived exactly when he was meant to arrive, and that was enough. Then, from the far end of the platform, the train appeared. It did not come with a roar or a blur, but with a smooth, shining glide, as if it had been waiting just beyond the curtain of the world. Its windows were lit from within by amber light, and along its silver sides, tiny constellations shimmered softly, drifting as though they had been set there by patient hands. The engine breathed a warm, steady mist that sparkled before it vanished into the cool night. Elian smiled without quite knowing why, and when the conductor opened the door, he stepped inside as quietly as if entering a chapel of dreams. The cabin was a delight of comfort. The seat was upholstered in velvet the color of midnight flowers, and a wool blanket, folded neatly beside him, felt as gentle as a cloud. A small lantern hung overhead, glowing with a friendly honey-soft light. The carriage moved with such a smooth, tender rhythm that it seemed to rock the air itself into calmness. Outside the window, the station slowly slipped away, and beyond it, the ordinary world began to loosen its edges and open into wonder. Elian leaned back, breathing in the warmth of the train, breathing out the day. In and out. Slow and easy. There was nowhere to be except right there, watching the stars gather around the rails like lanterns in a dark garden. The first destination was the Valley of Sleeping Meadows. The train rolled through a wide, silver plain where tall grasses bent in the moonlight and glimmered with dew. The hills were rounded and soft, as though the earth had been resting for centuries. Little lantern flowers opened beside the tracks, each one holding a pale pearl of light. Far away, a stream sang so quietly that it sounded more like remembered music than sound. Elian watched sheep made of mist drift across the fields, and then he watched them become clouds again. The train did not hurry. It lingered just long enough for the traveler to feel the stillness of the valley settle into his shoulders, and then it moved on, carrying that calm with it. Soon the landscape changed into the forest of lantern pines, where the trees stood tall and graceful, their branches threaded with glowing seed pods that swayed like tiny moons. The train glided between the trunks without disturbing a single fern. Delicate lights blinked in the undergrowth, not bright enough to startle, only enough to reassure. Elian could hear pine needles whispering against one another, and the faraway call of a night bird that sounded less like a song and more like a lullaby offered to the dark.